Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get through Wii Play Tanks, some strategies to help you get through all 100 missions, hopefully as efficiently as possible. I've beaten this game more times than I can count, so I definitely know what I'm talking about, and let's begin. Starting off here, we have the most basic tank you can get on mission 1, the brown tank. The brown tank is the simplest tank alive. You should never die from it unless you're really not paying attention. But as you'll see later in the few of the more harder missions, this brown tank will actually become an asset to us. We'll use something called tank shielding. It will become very effective when there are hordes of tanks that are being launched at us. But for now, the brown tank, simple as can be, shoot directly at him or even mine him and you'll be good to go. Coming up next in this next mission, we have a gray tank. This gray tank is still pretty easy as long as you know what you're doing. It only shoots one bullet, doesn't move very fast, doesn't like to turn on a spot. It turns much like a car would, not like how you think a tank would. So these guys will often run into your own mines or into your own bullets. So generally just shoot in their general direction and you should be good to go. This is another tank where we will use tank shielding efficiently in later stages, but for now, just shoot right at them and you should be just fine. These next few missions are much of the same thing, nothing new, no new tanks, so we'll zip on through and get to the more important missions. However, a bit of trivia first. Did you know that in 2-player tanks, it is best to play as player 1 rather than player 2? This is due to oversight from the developers that player 2 is treated as an enemy tank, and thus enemy tanks, other enemy tanks, tend to avoid their bullets and mines much more frequently than player 1's. Next is mission 5, in which we see a new tank, the Teal, Cyan, whatever you want to call it tank. Basically, this is the first tank that shoots missiles. They don't move very fast, but they can turn on the spot really quickly. And in this playthrough, you'll see they tend to be sort of ninjas. They tend to avoid your bullets a lot more often than I would like to say. But still, they're that fast. They're not as fast as a black tank. So as long as you keep on them, get close but not too close, and just fire on them, you'll be just fine. One strategy you'll see me employ a lot is I don't tend to waste all my bullets all at once. This is very important, as in later levels you will often be using all your bullets for defense, and thus if you waste them all, you won't have any for defense and you will likely be shot and killed. Skipping ahead to mission 8, we got a new tank, the yellow tank. This tank is a lot different from all the others in that its main attack isn't actually bullets, it is mines. It can lay up to 4 mines, it moves semi-decently, it can turn on spot pretty good. They don't often fire at you, so often you can get pretty close, but do be warned because they do lay mines very frequently, and they often lay them in spots where they can be invisible. So whenever a yellow tank has been or is on the track, always be careful of when you go into corridors, because if there's a hidden mine and you run into it, it will blow you to smithereens. They're not that hard. You can just simply fire a few bullets at them and they'll be done. Next tank coming up on mission 10 will be the red tank. The red tank is a very interesting tank. It's the first tank that we see that can shoot multiple bullets. It shoots up to 3. It moves at a bit of a slow pace. It can turn alright, but what it likes to do is it likes to attack. These guys are on the they are on the offensive the entire time. They are so on the offensive they will even sometimes run into your own mines, and I am not joking, that has happened before. So be careful when you have these guys around. These guys can easily outflank you if there are multiple ways for them to get to you. So just watch your back. this might be a tank where you might have to take a few shots at it. Definitely use a few more bullets than you're used to, as these guys like to shoot at bullets that are coming their way. But as long as you keep on them and destroy them quickly, you'll be sailing in the wind. One other strategy you'll see me employ here is, I'm not sure what to call it, but basically you shoot directly at a tank and then you immediately move behind the walls. Because if they don't have a way to shoot at you, often they won't. So you can use that to kind of shoot a few bullets, and if they're not smart, they'll just run into them and be defeated instantly. The next tank is one I have a lot to talk about, and for good reason. It is the green tank. Now, I don't care who you watch, how you play, or what you think. I guarantee you 100% green tanks will be your worst enemy here on forth until the end of time. They will snipe you out of the sky, they will make you break your monitor, they will make you do unspeakable things. They are literally hell painted green. Now, what's the best way to go about this? Well, they don't move, which might make them sound easy, but they fire 2 bullets, and they ricochet twice, and they fire, if you keep going in the direction, they'll fire right where you'll be. They'll do all sorts of sniper tactics to get to you, and it's kind of annoying to have to deal with them, so you'll want to take them out right away as soon as you can. One thing you'll have to get used to, and this will come with experience, is you'll find areas that they won't shoot at you as often, but you will be able to shoot at them. Use these areas as much as possible. I guarantee you it will make them sound not as bad as they actually are. Here's one thing you shouldn't do, is you shouldn't confront them head on, especially in a small corridor, because I guarantee you that they will find some way to get at you. It's just going to happen. Trust me, I've died hundreds of times from these green tanks. They make me want to rip my hair out. So just keep cool and find the best area, and if they ever shoot at you, just quickly calculate and get the hell out of the way. So if you keep doing that, eventually they will be tolerable, but trust me, you will never like them. This is a very important moment coming up. You'll see when I shoot this green tank, I never shoot directly at it. Why? Well, because then I have to get closer to him, and that gives him more opportunities to shoot at me. As soon as I shoot at him, I back away, just in case. Here's another important mission coming up. We'll see more green tanks, more red tanks. First things first, get rid of this red tank that comes towards you. It might be a little scary at first, but they tend not to shoot directly at you, so as long as you're careful, you're alright. Shoot right up here, you'll actually be able to get this green tank. And just, I kind of like to wait until the red tanks come around. You can often get them through those holes. Now, what you can do here is if the green tank wasn't pushed out of the way by the red, you could shoot through a hole and ricochet and get him. Unfortunately, we have to try something a little different. So, you'll see here I attempt to do some poorly aimed ricochets. Not very good. I'm not used to aiming like this, so. But you'll see I do eventually get him. Then I just wait for this red to come by. You'll see how aggressive they are. They'll come directly at you, so this is when it's a good opportunity to get them. And then to finish this green off, sometimes you can go down the long corridor, but you can also just mine here, and then just fire directly at them, and you'll be good to go. Coming up next is one of the most common tanks you'll see. It's the purple tank. The purple tank, I like to think, is the equivalent of you, except, well, they're the enemy. They have the same amount of bullets as you, 5. They lay the same amount of mines, too. The only difference might be is that, well, you're not the one controlling it, and they move a little faster. They turn around the same speed, but purples kind of have the same AI as red. They like to attack more often than not, so always watch behind you. This is a very careful mission. You want to be careful of that top left purple. Sometimes it'll come in behind you while you're fighting one of the other purples on the right. So just be wary of that. If you can get these guys destroyed, well, obviously, if you can destroy any tank quickly, it'd be nice. But especially these guys, because if you leave them, if they linger around for too long, they will become a pain in the butt. So just keep at them. They won't shoot directly at you very often. So often you can just shoot directly at them and they'll just run into it. So as long as you do that and defend yourself effectively, you'll be fine. Not much to talk about on mission 16, it's just more purples and greens. At this point you should be pretty used to it. Should be pretty mediocre, pretty simple. Mission 17 on the other hand, oh boy. Mission 17, the big kahuna, 6 green tanks. This is one you want to be very careful on. A lot of beginners don't make it through here. So first things first, I like to mine here and take out this guy pretty quickly. You gotta be careful though, he might fire directly at you. This next guy, you gotta get past his bullets and try and ricochet a few at him. If you've done it before, you can do it again. Now here's where destroying that one block of, I guess, corkboard or whatever it was, proved handy, because now if you aim correctly, you can just shoot up here and get right onto, there we go, that green guy's dead. Now just quickly shoot out this green guy, come up on top. A lot of this mission is going to be quickly doing stuff, because like I said, you don't want a green tank to linger around a lot. So just destroy him as quickly as possible, come back down, finish this guy off. Oh, you never want to aim at them directly, but if you just do a few side shots, you'll be fine. Mission 19, one more before 20, 8 purple tanks. If you haven't mastered beating purple tanks yet, this mission will certainly help you do it. So first things first, destroy this purple. You must do it pretty quickly, you don't want to be fighting that guy for too long. Now from here, it's just kind of, like, I don't like to, you know, go on the offensive. These guys like to go on the offensive too. So I just kind of like to pop out every so often when there's a tank and just fire a bunch of bullets down the corridor and see if I can get a few. It often works, and then from there, it's just kind of clean. So if you keep doing that, just remember, take your time. There's no rush in tanks. You're never, you know, in a rush. There's no timer. So just take your time, destroy them one at a time, and you'll be fine. Mission 20, good old Mission 20, where we're introduced to white tanks. These tanks have a special property with them, in that after the round begins, they turn invisible. Because of this, it is important that you know just how many white tanks there are. The good news is that since they're some of the most senior tanks on the field, often their music will give away their presence. But just be careful, because they might be able to pop up behind them. However, do keep in mind that their tracks are very, well, thick, so you can often detect them that way. They're not actually that smart. If you fire directly at them, sometimes they'll even just run into it. So as long as you're kind of got an idea of where to shoot, you'll be fine. Make sure to shoot in front of where the tracks are appearing though, because the tracks where they appear is actually in the middle of the tank. And one interesting bit here is that as soon as the round begins, you'll hear them make like a shh sound. And the higher pitch that is, the more offensive it is. So keeping that in mind, you can know right away whether a tank is offensive or defense if it's white. And like I said, just keep at it, and you'll be just fine. Now, after beating tanks for the first time, you might think Mission 20 is as far as it goes, but once you start playing again, or if you go to your home menu and get a message, you'll actually find that there are 100 levels in the final game. Once you get past level 20, they start becoming what I like to call randomized missions. Well, they are actually randomized. You'll get a random assortment of maps, as well as a random assortment of tanks. There'll usually be a set amount. For the first few levels, it'll be 4, then it'll go to 5, all the way up to 8 in the final 10 missions. Sometimes you'll get easy missions, and sometimes you'll get harder missions. This is where it's important to kind of just rack up the lives, because these missions aren't that bad if you know what you're doing. So this is your chance to earn a lot of lives to help you out in any later missions that might stump you. So for now, we're not going to go through every single one of them. Some of them are more important than others, and honestly, I can't be bothered to take a look at every single one of them. So we'll take a look at the more important ones. We'll take a look at every 5th mission from here on out, and if there are any important teaching moments, then I will jump to them. For now, let's jump to the next important one. Mission 25 introduces us to a new map, what I like to call the C map, because it looks like a giant C. The tanks can, of course, be randomly placed, randomly ranked tanks. So sometimes you might get lucky, you won't have to deal with the green in the center of that C. But some important things to note, well, of course, every little bit are cork boards that can be easily blown up. Generally, you want to keep these cork boards alive so that you can have some sort of cover, but, you know, not much else to say, just get through it and you'll be golden. Mission 30. Now, one thing I should note before we go any further is that every 10th mission, there will be a specified tank placement, and there will usually also be a new map. So what you see here is what you will always see on Mission 30, and this one's pretty interesting because there's a few purple tanks. There's not a lot of cover. So first things first, I'd like to shoot up near the purple on top so that maybe I'll get a tank up there. Then you need to quickly get rid of the purple down there, and then from there it should be pretty simple, getting rid of the green and all that. So you'll see, shoot up. I actually do get the purple up there. They get rid of my purple. One of the whites tries to come down, destroy him quickly. Almost get shot by the green, but I managed to dodge out of the way. Destroy him pretty quickly, and the white comes down pretty quickly, defeating this mission. And as long as you follow my steps, you should, or at least get close to them, you should be fine. Mission 34 is the first time we're introduced to 5 enemy tanks. Nothing that much special, not that much different. It's just now we got one extra tank to deal with. But at this point, you should have learned to deal with a few of the other tanks, so it should just be smooth sailing from here on out. Mission 35 is right around the corner, but first things first to note here, that brown tank you see up there will always be brown on Mission 35. No matter which type of game you play, no matter how you manipulate the game, it will always be a brown tank. I wonder if they intended that. Anyways, you can see that this green tank right here is going to be particularly troublesome, so I try and deal with it right away. This is pretty dangerous, especially as the green tank will usually fire. Luckily, I get lucky and the red tank goes in front, thus I don't have to really deal with it that much. And from there, it's just destroying all the other tanks like how you're supposed to. Next up is Mission 40. This one's a pretty interesting one. Very easy to get flanked on. So here's what you want to do. First, take out the purple one. You've probably taken out a few by now, so it should be pretty simple. Now you want to be careful. There are holes in the top and bottom that the white tanks often like to, I guess, meander in and kind of just ruin your day. Here I decided to go and get rid of the green one. Almost got killed. But here it's important to see, if you're looking closely, you can see that the two white tanks are coming. Now they're running away. But one cool thing you can try and do is try and get them stuck in a corridor like that, and then just fire like a blanket of bullets at them, and that will take care of them pretty quickly. At this point, it's pretty hard to see them, but eventually you'll see them, like I did there, and now you can just shoot directly down the corridor, and hopefully you get one. Of course, I didn't, because my luck is that great. But eventually you'll get one, and the other one should be nearby. It's just a matter of taking your time, knowing where they are, and not getting lost, because trust me, you will get lost with all those tracks. My mission 42 was pretty interesting. You see, I got mission 6's map, which it seems alright for now, but once you get onto like mission 80 and above, this map can become very crowded, and it can become very easy to be flanked on. So what I try and do is I try and get down to the very bottom, and then from there I just kind of defend both my angles and just take some ricochet shots and see if I can destroy any. Once you get down to just a few, it'll be just like it was on mission 6, and you'll easily be able to defeat it. Mission 45 is kind of what I like to call blocky map. You've got 5 little blocks, and then you've got 5 little holes, all in parallel with each other. Not a lot of cover here, so you want to be careful, especially if there's a green tank. Green tanks really like to bounce off the blocks and create all these weird things. You'll notice there, a white almost flanked me. But luckily, I noticed him, so that's pretty dope. But you'll see here, I kind of get stuck on this purple tank. I don't really want to get out from behind my cover, because then there might be a risk of a stray bullet coming and hitting me. So I just kind of play it safe and try and, well, I guess you would call it get lucky and get a hit on the purple, but that doesn't really happen anytime soon, so we'll just speed it up here. But, you know, like I said earlier, just take your time and just keep firing, and eventually you'll find a good spot, and you'll just go ahead and take him down. There's just one quick thing I want to mention on mission 47. You'll see there's a green tank up in the top right there. Just try and get rid of him pretty quickly, and if there's a green tank right where that yellow spawns, that also might probably want to get rid of him pretty quickly. But other than that, you should be fine. After I get rid of that green, it's just kind of cleaner. So, you know, kind of uneventful. We are finally here, mission 50. We are introduced to our final new tank of the game, black tanks. Now, despite what you might hear or see or whatever from people online or from your own experiences, black tanks are not difficult. Their patterns can be easily identified, rectified, and also exploited. Now, I want to give you one piece of advice that will help you instantly beat black tanks 100% of the time, except for maybe that one odd time. Here it is. They will always shoot behind you. I don't care what kind of excuse you give me, black tanks will always shoot behind where you were, never in front. People say they try and calculate their moves. No, they will always shoot behind you. Using this, there's just one thing I need you to do to defeat these tanks, and that is to keep pushing forward. Do not retreat against the black tank. They want you to retreat. That is the point of them coding a black tank like this. They want you to retreat. They want you to be afraid. But afraid is not what you must be. You must push out and get close to the black tank. As well, you can try and fire far away from a black tank, but their speed and agile abilities will often circumvent that. So, just get close enough, and eventually you'll be able to point blank them out of the sky. Another tactic you could try and use is to try and just place a bunch of bullets around him. Don't fire a big bunch of bullets. Just try and spread them out. Their speed will often be a disadvantage in that case, because there's one thing you have that they don't have, and that is that you can stop They can't stop. They have to do some sort of weird maneuver, and often black tank speed will often play into their downfall like that. So when I play this mission, I'm going to play it in slow-mo. I want you to take a very close attention to where the black tanks fire, and you'll see what I mean when I say they will always shoot behind you. See how all of the black tank bullets are flying above me? They were shooting where I was a second ago. Now, of course, once they get close enough, they can obviously, point blank you. But as long as you keep shooting exactly where they are, you can often get them. And black tanks should be pretty simple once you know how to defeat them. A little handy trick I use to remember how to defeat a black tank, or at least how to dodge one, is called this: serpentine. You probably heard it before. Basically, you move back and forth a lot. And if you keep doing this against a black tank, well, at long range, you can actually dodge them pretty effectively. I've managed to go a full 5 minutes against a black tank, doing nothing but just serpentine, because, well, they're actually not that bad. Like I said, they just always shoot behind you if you know when to turn around, when to go back, and with a little bit of luck, you can just blast them out of the sky. There will be no worries for you. Black tanks, you'll come to enjoy them a little bit more. They'll be that odd bit of challenge, but they won't be so, definitely, going to hurt you like a green tank. But don't take them for granted, of course, because black tanks do have something. If they're paired with a bunch of other tanks, you can't really push out, because then they'll push you into, like, if you try and retreat, you'll die. If you try and go forward, well, you'll probably die, because there'll be more tanks out there shooting you. So when you come against a black tank, it's best to face them one-on-one. But just remember, serpentine, face them one-on-one, quickly defeat them, and black tanks will be no problem. Mission 55 is both informative and challenging, as you'll see. So right away you can see I'm already thinking, oh crap, there's a green guy, he's right in my sightlines. Well, you gotta pretty much destroy him pretty quickly, but from there it shouldn't be so bad. So first things first, let's try and get rid of this green tank. I'm thinking now what I'm going to do with this yellow. I'm probably just going to shoot him right afterwards. So first things first, shoot the green. Be careful of the bullets, be especially careful since you can see this green was a little feisty. But then afterwards, the yellow tank, he wasn't much of a bother, kind of acted a bit like a ninja there, kind of dodged like 4 bullets there, but other than that, this mission wasn't so bad. You'll see here I start using tank shielding. I used the brown tank to shield against the green, worked out pretty effectively, didn't have to worry about the green at all, and from there it's just taking care of the red. I kind of used more shield dodging there. You see how the red didn't shoot once? That's very effective tank shielding right there. Mission 56 right afterwards, we're dealing with another pretty hard mission. This map you don't really want to start seeing now. It's very easy to get flanked. You can see it's all reds and purples too, the very aggressive ones. So you want to destroy them pretty quickly. I managed to get lucky and destroy the reds pretty quickly, don't have to worry. But you see that purple up there? He's about to flank me. So I go in for the kill and get one of the purples. Kind of ran out of bullets there. But luckily I managed to get him. And now dealing with the other purple is a pretty simple matter, and just don't panic, because if you start panicking, you're definitely going to die from the tanks flanking you. Here we are, mission 60. This is where we get to the point where it's the kind of you might die category type stuff here. So first things first, you're going to take out that black, then you're going to want to take out the green pretty quickly. You don't want them really firing through those holes down at the bottom. And then from there you can just kind of pick off on the white and black. So first things first, taking out the black, you'll notice, remember how I said don't waste all your bullets? Nevermore is this more important. Because when you're this close to a black tank in these tight quarters, the only thing you have to defend yourself are your own bullets. So don't waste them all or else you're going to be dead. Ooh, you saw there? I kind of got lucky there with the green. I was in the perfect spot. So, I kind of had a minor heart attack there, but other than that, that's the mission done and over with. Here we are at mission 60 plus. We are now seeing 6 enemy tanks per mission. So now you're kind of getting to the point where you've hopefully built up a good amount of lives, around 9 or 10, and at this point you're kind of just surviving. You know, you may occasionally get through 5 missions and get that extra life, but more than likely you're going to run into one mission that just kind of stumps you. I guarantee you'll run into those kinds of missions, those missions where you're just going to get outflanked, and this is where your extra lives are definitely going to help out. You know, if you can make it through here without losing a life, then kudos to you. Just go ahead, keep playing how you've been playing. But soon my strategy is going to change, and you'll see it soon. I'm going to start taking a bit more risks, just so that I can, you know, start getting, you know, more of my tanks gone. You know, I don't want to keep the tanks around that much now. I want to get rid of them. I don't want to have 8 tanks on me all at once for too long. I want to get rid of them. So, we're not at that point yet, but we will be soon. So, but for now, just keep on playing. Take it one tank at a time, one mission at a time, and just keep on pushing. Let's take a quick look at mission 64 here. This is one of the first missions I had to think about being flanked here. You see, I've got quite a few offensive tanks here, so this is where, you know, I kind of quickly, I guess, devolve or evolve into my my secondary strategy, which is just to kill as many tanks as possible. Because at this point, that's what you want to do. You want to well, maybe not now, but when you get to these missions where you're at risk of being flanked, you want to kill them as fast as possible. But I get it's going to get worse from here though. So just think of this as a taste of what's to come. Mission 65, we are introduced to yet another new map. This should be, I believe, the last new map that we will see on a multiple of 5. That's apart from the multiples of 10. So 75 won't be a new map, but you know, from there on. Anyway, so what's with this map? Well, they've got some sort of holes on the side. If there's a green tank anywhere in the center area of the map, you'll want to get rid of it right away, because otherwise you're going to have to worry about the green tank taking away your one piece of cover behind the corkboard. But once you get rid of all the tanks in the middle, you should be able to just get in the center and start slowly, I guess, moving the tanks in the other box into a corner. But here I just kind of killed them, so no worries there. Good old mission 6-6 with enemy tanks 6. And you'll see here, first thoughts on it, holy crap. I got a black, I got a purple, I got a white, and I got a teal right on me. So the teal shouldn't be that bad. I mean, I'm kind of thankful it wasn't something else. But this is where I kind of have to quickly shift over to my second strategy. I have to kill everything as fast as possible. And this is where beginners might have a bit of trouble. Your best bet as a beginner is to just kind of take your time. Well, not really, actually, but just don't think too hard about something. You see, just kill quickly, keep going how you have with your black tanks, try and face them one-on-one. Almost got backstabbed by the teal there, but once I got through that, I knew it was smooth sailing. Often the quickest stages you're going to have are the ones where you're at highest risk of being flanked, where there's an open board where you can kill or be killed. I got managed to do it well here and managed to survive. How perfect is it that the next mission is also a pretty difficult one? I got a bunch of purples, a red, and a black. So once again, revert to my secondary strategy. Just kill as much as possible. Always watch behind yourself, because you will see this purple tank will attempt to get me. So I just stay on head, get rid of him quickly. And you see how the black tank's coming down? I decide I need to get rid of him, or at least get him off me. And I decide, you know, I'm not in a good spot, so I'm going to quickly take this purple out and just go over here. And then just kind of take them one-on-one like I have before. I believe, I can't quite remember, I'm not sure how long it takes for me to kill this black one. But just like I said, you know, don't think about what you're going to do to kill, just kind of do it. It just kind of comes all natural, you know. You'll think about what to do. You won't need to think about what you need to do. It'll just come to you. And once you start killing a bunch, it shouldn't be as bad as it seems right now. Here we come to mission 70 and the corkscrew map, as I like to call it. You have 3 blacks, 2 whites, and 1 green. First black comes at you, should be pretty simple. You should have dealt with them by now. So now you'll see this white one kind of comes up, but he lays a mine, so that makes him pretty easy to kill. If they lay a mine like that, they basically slice their own throat. So. This black one, just kind of push him back at first, and then come out. You'll see I do some serpentine, and it works out pretty well. Now you'll see here, I believe, yes I do, I come down and I don't necessarily kill the black tank right away. I'm trying to do something. You see how this green one's right here? I'm trying to see if maybe I can get the black tank to push the green against the wall. And of course, the black tank isn't so cooperative, so I have to kind of coax him into doing it. There's a few ways you can do this, but probably the best way, as you'll see here, is to just, you see, black tanks are actually very good at dodging kind of singular bullets like this. Unfortunately, I got him on the wrong side, so I let him give a chance to get to the other side. I just kind of create like a wall for him. See how he's kind of restricted to this triangle down there. I'm just kind of hoping that he kind of pushes the green into the good spot. And you'll see I'm not the best at aiming, so there are these little holes he might have been able to get by at. But as long as you keep it pretty simple, you'll be fine. And I believe later on, yeah, right around maybe here, I don't know, at some point, I just let the black come out. Oh yeah, right there. And at this point I'm saying, alright, I sure hope this is close enough. I make a prayer, and yes it is, and I defeat the mission. Mission 74 was probably one of the most scariest missions I had. Remember how I said, you know, that green down where that yellow was that one time? Well, now there it is. There's a green up there too. I'm pretty thankful that the teal and the brown are there, and the gray are there. I'm thinking, wow, okay, I'm going to have to play this better than I've ever had before. I have some pretty close calls, as you'll see. Yep, there's one right there. That's one close call, I believe. Yep, there's 2, and there's 3. So at this point, I'm like, ah! And I just kind of like, okay, I've had enough of you. So I just kind of take a detour, just destroy him. Now there's only 2 tanks left, the purple and the brown. Pretty simple. But this stage definitely gave me a mini heart attack. So I just kind of take a second here. Just kind of, whew, I can't believe I made it through that sort of moment. So, and yeah, not much else to say. At this point, mission 75, no new maps on the multiple of 5s, except when they're multiples of 10. So, not really much to talk about here. There wasn't really any close calls that I can recall. So, we'll just kind of zip through this, and see you in the next few missions. Mission 80 is one of the most deadliest missions out there. There's a high chance of death, so here's what you want to try and do. You want to try and kill the white and the yellow that are on top. You don't want them firing down on you. You also want to try and get rid of the other white that's on the right of you, because his bullets might ricochet off the back wall and hit your only cover, which is that pair of corkboard that's down on the bottom, and then from there it should be smooth sailing. Now in this playthrough, things go a little differently, so you're going to see just what I mean when I say to try and get rid of that white down there. So first things first, I'm being confronted by 2 blacks, but again using the whole you know, serpentine thing and just not wasting bullets, I'm doing alright, and I managed to kill both of them first actually. It's kind of crazy, but you'll see now all that's left are the whites, and you see how the whites like bouncing off the back wall to hit my cover. This is why you want to try and get rid of that white. Of course that doesn't happen. I take the difficult route. because that's how I run. But you'll see here, eventually, I'm just like, okay, I need to kill one of you right now, or else, like, this just isn't going to go so well. So, I just kind of wait, just continue pushing out, till I get close, and I managed to kill both, and I managed to survive the dreaded Mission 80. We are past Mission 80, and at this point, your heart is probably pounding now. We are now at 7 enemy tank territory, and now this is where your strategy is definitely going to change. You're going to want to kill as many tanks as possible. Employ every single strategy you've heard before. Use tank shielding, you know, don't waste all your bullets, especially when you're going against blacks. And just take it one tank at a time. Don't try and fight multiple tanks at the same time, unless they're all lower tanks that you know you can handle. But you'll see here, I kind of get lucky. The black just about got me, but it didn't, so thank God for that. But you'll see here, eventually I just get the black right into a good spot, and we interrupt this program to bring you the most helpful yellow tank that you've ever seen in the entire world. This has been the most helpful yellow tank that you've ever seen in the entire world. Well, none of us are perfect. Keep in mind though, you only see one other death in this playthrough other than that. What could I have done better? Well, the game probably gave me a brown tank for a reason. I forgot to use shielding, tank shielding. Yes, I probably could have hid behind the brown tank in order to shield myself from some of the fire. Of course, nothing's guaranteed though. I did have quite a few. All the black tank, the red tank, they all kind of flanked me at the same time. But other than that, you know, managed to get through this mission, so we'll just zoom through, and you'll get to see the next mission up shortly. Mission 87 was a pretty death-defying mission, if I do say so myself. 2 greens and a black. Now, I want to take this black out pretty quickly. I also want to take the green out, so I immediately shoot for the green, but you'll see here, watch closely. Oh, that was pretty close. Again, you know, this is one of those missions where it's kill or be killed, and when the time comes, you just need to know how to do it and to just kill. Again, this mission only took like 30 seconds, so just get through them and bang, you're on to the next one. Hitboxes were great back then, weren't they? Yeah, you gotta be a little careful around those black tanks. Sometimes the weird hitboxes will get you. I'm not worried though. Like I said, I fully intended to get to Mission 100. It's pretty much guaranteed. And we can still do it with a respectable 20 out of 22 lives remaining. So, I would call that a job well done. All we need to do is just take out this Teal tank, and we will with this, and we'll be good to go. Mission 89 should look a little familiar. Oh no, not again. Oh, don't worry, it's not so bad. If we first take out the Teal, then use a bit of tank shielding on the gray, take out the white, and come back and eliminate the red. And just like that, we've eliminated half of the tanks. Just a little bit more cautious shooting here, because, you know, now, after what defeat we just pulled, we wouldn't want to lose on this silly thing now, wouldn't we? Yeah, those were good times. Anyway, just a bunch of waiting around for a black tank. Oh, never mind, he's dead. Mission 90 should be a pretty simple one. 8 tanks, but they're all gray. Just look out for flying bullets, and always defend by shooting unnecessary bullets, as you'll soon see. No worries. as we come up to the final few missions, we're going to be seeing the full amount, 8 tanks. Your heart will be racing, everything's going to be going on, it's going to seem like a dream. I assure you, if you've gotten this far, you can definitely beat the last few. It's just one extra tank. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Anyway, let's just finish this guy, and now we're on to the final 10. The first one, Mission 91. Alright, looks alright here. First take out that red, then take out the white. Once again, we're in our secondary strategy here. We need to kill as many tanks as possible. And as you can see, it looks like the tanks don't like us. They're flanking us a lot more often. So, just make sure to take them out quickly, and you should be fine. So we'll just simply speed through here. And there we go. Mission 92 is on the horizon. Let's see what it looks like. Oh boy, this is pretty interesting. First we gotta take out quite a few of these tanks. This is definitely, oh boy. We kind of got lucky here in the fact that none of the tanks flanked us. We also kind of got lucky that none of the tanks were actually that bad. I mean, if that teal was a purple, we probably would be done for. But as you can see, this mission went by pretty fast. I mean, that's kind of the thing with these later missions. You get through them pretty quickly. So let's just take care of this black one, and there we go. Mission 93, what you got for me? Alright, not that bad. First take out this red, obviously. Then we can get rid of this white and yellow, hopefully. The yellow came back. Nice. What a nice guy. Alright, let's quickly take out this guy right here. And now, about that green guy at the bottom. I'm thinking about how to deal with them. Let's see. Oh, mine blew up. That's nice. That opened up a pretty nice hole. This is still pretty dangerous, though. I mean, look at that green guy. Look at that shot. Like, what even is that? It's all opened up. There's no good hiding spots now. First, we have to get rid of this white, and, wow, this guy's being the best. Alright, there we go. Alright, what the heck is this guy shooting? See, this is, you're going to hate greens. I guarantee you, you're going to hate them. Oh, what now? Oh, God! Oh! Can I please get him from here? Please? I'm going to have to go down a bit. No, okay. I did a bit of bullet blocking there. Kind of just shot a bunch of bullets and hoped that his bullet hit mine. Alright, now that we got rid of that green, this is smooth sailing, and we are on to the next one right now. Mission 94. Let's see what you have bundled inside. Oh, okay. Alright, we're going to have to kill pretty fast here. But we gotta take out this black. Alright, that other one. Okay. Oh, that works. Take out this red. Oh, we did take out the black. Nice. Take out that yellow. We could probably take out the brown. I'm going to save him, though, for some shield blocking. Never mind. Turns out he wasn't necessary. And now with the teal, the only one left, we can simply move on through once we destroy him, and there we go. Mission 95, our last chance to earn a bonus tank. Let's see how hard it is. I guess this could be worse. We'll just take out this brown. Oh, wow, we took out quite a few with that. That's pretty nice. Alright. Only 4 tanks. Wow, we really did destroy this place. Looks like there's a white. Yeah, there's the white. Come on. I know you won't come out. Come on. Look at that yellow up there, just kind of chilling in the corner. Alright, can we get him, please? Wow, he somehow survived that? Okay, he's dead. Other purple, don't come down here. And get him. He blocked all my bullets. Alright, no problem. We'll just get you this time, I guess. Yep, there we go. Only yellow one left, and should be pretty simple. And there we go. Glorious 20 tanks. Let's see if we can keep that. Mission 96. What you got? Alright. Quite a few whites. Let's try and not get out-bulleted here. Oh good, the yellow's retreating. Oh, never mind. We just killed them. Alright, let's get rid of that mine. We've only got a few whites. Oh, I can use some shield blocking here. Oh, maybe? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, can I... Yeah, that white. Okay, we got the green. We got the green, everyone. Can we get the white? Yes, we can. Wow, this mission was pretty easy. Good shot. Good stuff. Only a few more away. Let's see what 97 has. This could be trouble. Oh god. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm alright, guys. Oh, please don't do that to me, game. I love you, but you can't do this to me. Oh god. Please don't ever throw that at me again. That could have been really bad. Alright, well, we somehow made it through. Probably not unscathed, but whatever. Oh, come on, Teal. Can you just die? I had to go through a red-green combo. Can I just, like, I've had 3 heart attacks in the span of, like, 2 seconds. Can I? Okay, thank you. Alright, 3 more missions. 98, please don't be like 97. Alright, we can use the brown for some shielding. There we go, perfect. See if we can take out that black with the ricochet. No, we'll take out this green. Okay. That went alright. We might be able to finish this pretty quick. Oh, thank you for not being like 97. That was pretty easy. Wow. 2 more missions away from glory. Can we do it? Ah, thank you. At least we have a mission where the tanks don't flank us every time. Alright, take these 2 out. There we go, perfect. Alright, let's see. Oh, okay, they're pushing the screen all over the place. Alright, well, we'll just do this, and alright, perfect. That black could have been a little deadly, but it wasn't, thankfully. Alright, let's see if we can shoot a bit through here. Maybe we'll get some good bounces. There's... Oh. Okay, we got rid of the black. Let's get rid of this white next. Maybe. Oh, good bounce. Alright. 1 mission away, guys. Can we do it? Alright, mission 100. This is it. Use all the skills I've ever taught you. Put them all to the test on this one mission. Alright, let's try and take out the gray. Okay, we already took out the black. Okay. We're getting flanked here, kinda. Let's take these. Oh, perfect. Alright, no, green, you will not be the death of me, not today. Alright, good, looks like a good angle, black is coming. Good, we got the green, alright. We just need to get this black in the good spot, and looks like it's coming, and yes! We have done it, everyone! We have completed Mission 100. We have completed tanks. 540 tanks defeated with 20 lives out of the possible 22. A solid gameplay. I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. You can defeat tanks now. And hope you enjoyed and have a great day.